Hey, my name's Will. Welcome to a graded video. This video is going to be a real brief introduction on what PowerShell is and why I think you should learn it. It's going to be the first video in a playlist of videos. Further into the playlist, we're going to kind of dive into actual commands, what we can do with those commands, but this video is really for a complete beginner who's never used PowerShell. Perhaps you've seen it on your machine and you just want to know more about it, or perhaps you've seen a job advert that says you must have basic PowerShell knowledge and you think, oh, I don't know PowerShell, or perhaps you're learning it in university or college and you just want to get ahead of the game a little bit and know a little bit about it. So first of all, what is PowerShell and why I think you should learn it? So PowerShell ultimately is a task-based command line shell and scripting language. Now, what does that mean? So scripting is a special runtime environment that automates the execution of tasks. Now, again, breaking it down further, what does that mean? So the automation of tasks. So it's basically taking lots of commands, putting it all together into what we call a script, and it's automating that, which means that you can do lots of things without even thinking about it. Once you've set your script up, you can get it to run in the background, do various checks, and do really cool things. It's probably the most exciting part of PowerShell. PowerShell is also a command line replacement, so you obviously know what the command line is on your Windows or your Mac machine. Command line replacement in the sense of a lot of the things that you can do in your command line you can also do in PowerShell, but you can do them with more, you can be more precise and you can get more information if you're using PowerShell as opposed to using the command line. Information filtering. The reason why PowerShell is really popular with network admins, with server admins, is because of this. You can quickly gain a bunch of specific information with PowerShell about your own system, about somebody else's system. You can remote into other people's systems with their permission, and really filter a large amount of information that you can then use to present in a readable way. And finally, basic tasks. As I said before, everything you can do in the command line, you can do in PowerShell. Everything you can do on the Windows GUI, you can do in PowerShell. Basic tasks like finding out what your IP address is, to more complicated tasks like killing specific processes. So moving on, the basics. So command line, PowerShell is made up of what we call commandlets. And that's just another word for commands. So commandlets are unique to PowerShell, and the reason why that is really great is because it means if you get stuck on something, you can Google that commandlet and it's only going to give you results specific to PowerShell. It's not going to give you any other language results, which is really good when you're trying to research something. Each commandlet is a verb followed by a noun. So again, you know you're doing something wrong if you've got two verbs or you've got two nouns. So it's a verb followed by a noun, so you could have something like get-service, which would bring you all the services that the PC is currently running. So just remember it's a verb followed by a noun. Great thing about PowerShell is a lot of Linux commands also have aliases in PowerShell, so if you have a bit of Linux knowledge, you can transfer that over to PowerShell, which is great. And finally, commandlets are piped together. So what does that mean? It means that you can take one command, put it next to another command, put it next to another command, pipe those all together, and that's the real beginnings of a small script. So PowerShell, sometimes when you look at PowerShell, it looks a bit overwhelming, but you can really break it down into each individual chunk, which makes it a great language to learn. Why I think you should learn PowerShell. So PowerShell looks amazing on a resume. It's a really desirable skill for employers because of its efficiency, because of the speed of which you can take day-to-day tasks and implement them just into one button basically. And finally, for self-development. If you're someone who's looking to get a job in the IT world, in the cybersecurity world, as a programmer, PowerShell is really great for self-development because it's going to give you a really high-level understanding of what your PC is actually doing in the background while you're running various programs, running various scripts. So yeah, that's kind of a brief introduction to PowerShell. It's a really short video. The next one's actually going to go into what simple commands do, how you can begin to learn it, what some great tools are for learning it, and actually teaching you guys a bit of PowerShell. So thanks for watching, and I'll hopefully see you in the next video.